actually digging up, unraveling the society, the way of life in Bhutan. And she tries to find those loopholes, those lacunas, those gaping holes, and she questions them in her writing. So I have her other book, which is Kyatsi, right, which means karma, or horoscope, like how we write a horoscope when a child is born in different families in India, right? And this is a questioning, a quest into the superstitions which bind us, the myths that we grow up on when we are in our households, okay, the religion that we follow and the myths that get added on. So it's a quest towards that of whether your life is predestined or do you make your own destiny. And here the protagonist is a little girl, right? And the father enforces that she take up a spiritual path because there's some kind of a curse on the family, and so she has to go on that path, right? So how have you kind of tackled this issue of superstition, the deep-rooted superstition, and then kind of, in a modern society in Bhutan? So how do the two come together?
So like I have been telling you, Jugneeta, for the past 2-3 hours. 90% of the Bhutanese are Buddhist. So that's why our everyday life is governed by what Buddhism teaches us. So sometimes like it's difficult to, differentiate whether we are thinking as a Buddhist or as a Bhutanese. I remember a Facebook post that one of my friends had shared. He had gone fishing, and Buddhism is against killing any kind of animals or whatever. He had probably posted that fish on Facebook, and he said that this is my dinner or something like that. And then I went on reading the comments as well. And then there was this one comment that caught my eye, and it said that, how could you do this as a Bhutanese? Maybe the person must have meant, how could you do this as a Buddhist? But his question was, how could you do this as a Bhutanese? So that is how confused we are. Buddhism is so much so, to our existence that it's sometimes like difficult to differentiate whether we are thinking in terms of Buddhism or whether we are thinking in terms of being Bhutanese. So when I was initially trying to get the plot for what was my second novel, I was thinking in this line. So nowadays you find various social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, WeChat, WhatsApp. Especially in WeChat and WhatsApp, you have lots of these groups being formed. So religion is very important. Buddhism is a very important aspect of our everyday lives, I've been saying. So nowadays, what has become a fashion is like in this WhatsApp and WeChat groups, there are people. Now initially, in the olden days, I would say, it would be just the Lama, a Rinpoche or a Lama, who is the abbot, who will preach to the common people. Nowadays, you find anybody who is wearing that red robes preaching. And the auntie I was telling you about, the one who called me up, she is one person. She's there in all this kind of religious groups. So as somebody who is trying to, make sense of what is and what is not and stuff like that, so I try to put that sense into my auntie. Like, I'm cringing when I'm saying this. But yeah, I try to put the sense into her that, don't do this. I'm like, you go to the high lamas, the big rinpoches, you listen to their preachings, fine, I don't mind. But to every Tom, Dick and Harry doing this. And then she gets mad at me and she says that this generation, nothing is going to happen. You are not going to progress. You are being so skeptical, you are being so cynical of everything, she says. And she tells me that even if you don't respect the person who is inside that maroon robe, respect that garment that he is wearing. So that is why. Then in their limited, this Tom, Dick and Harry I'm talking about, in their limited knowledge, whatever limited knowledge they are going to just preach that. And they are going to, for this small and creating smaller worlds, further smaller worlds. So this is what I wanted to address in this issue, and how all these issues come together, because that's where the main villain, the antagonist of the story comes in. She is a nun, not exactly a nun, but somebody wearing a red robe, and who does all these things that they are not supposed to do in the name of religion. And the other thing that you talked about is how the superstitious beliefs shapes a person's life, because we are very superstitious, and so are the Indians. I mean, like, we grow up with everything put inside us, you know. So initially, when I planned this novel, so I knew that this girl, the protagonist, she is going to be running away from the Gimba, the monastery that she lives in. That's how the story starts. She's running away, it's dark. She's running away, she's looking up at the Gimba, but she cannot see, it's very dark. And she stumbles upon a black cat who says that it's been a long time now, see? And then she knows that she's going to commit a sin. So when I was beginning to write this, the scene that I had in my mind, and because she is a nun, and she is running away, and the black cat, which is supposed to be a black woman, I was thinking that she's going to commit a very grave, kind of a sin. And the idea that I had in my mind initially was that, because nuns are not supposed to get married, so I thought that I'll make her fall in love with a man. Not ordinary man, but a married man. And because she falls madly in love with this man, the sin that she's going to commit would be she would murder this wife of the man that she falls in love with. But as I started writing it, as I went on from one chapter to another, and as I built the story upon the various beliefs that she grows up in, and she is cooked in, I came to the point where she is supposed to actually commit that crime of murdering the wife of the man that she falls in love with. I realized that no, this is not what this woman would do, not this girl would do, because the psyche of that person who grows up with so much of superstitious beliefs that even a thing like when she has this monthly period for the first time, she feels that a curse has come upon her. She has done something wrong and God is punishing her for that. Because period is another taboo, we don't talk about it. Mothers will never talk about menstruation with their daughters.
No, but you've spoken about the myth of how the myth, so you would tell us about that.
Yeah, I'm coming to that. So something similar to that. So a person who has grown up with so much of superstitious beliefs can never be a murderer. She is a God-fearing person. Yeah. So that's how, the story boils down to how the superstitious beliefs and these small things that are instilled into us makes us the large person that we become. And then,
so you have questioned the religious bigotry, which exists in a very happy society too, because the religion, that is Buddhism, has such a strong hold on the psyche of the people. So when you were talking about periods and you mentioned that, so you would tell us the myth which you grew up with regarding menstruation?
Well, I didn't realize this until a few months ago. My eldest daughter, she turned 13 and she started getting her period. She accused me from saying this out in the open. But then I realized that she is going through this various process that every girl goes through. And no mother, no aunties in the family. I'm sure I'm looking at lots of these young faces down there, young girls down there. I'm sure your parents, not even parents, forget the fathers, even the mothers will talk to you about it. I'm glad that my happy country, last year, they came up with this menstrual hygiene thing in our country, and then now every school is trying to promote the idea of menstrual hygiene to the girls in the school. But what I found was that they are basically just talking about reaching out sanitary pads to the girls, which is good. We are a step ahead, and we have started talking about it, and we have started being proactive to it. But what I realized when my daughter started getting this was that menstruation is not not just about having sanitary pad. It's more the hormonal changes that girls go through. Because many a times I found my daughter coming up to me and saying that, Mama, I don't know why, but I feel so sad today. And then I have to literally hold her hand and tell her that, look, this is what happens to your hormones. And I have to explain the whole thing to her. And maybe if you may allow, I would like to read a small poem that I have written on menstruation.
I think it connects here, so you can read that. Yeah, it connects here very well. She's now, she has compiled poems, which the book, she says that will be published in January, but she read out a few poems to me, and this one which completely connects here.
Yeah, I mean, like, from where to where now? Let's talk about menstruation. I see a lot of men faces here, but it's okay. You need to know what your wives are going through.
Men need to know it even more.
Yeah, yeah. So I've titled it Menstruation. My mother never told me about the pain of the flood of blood, the discomfort that paralyzes girls every month, the constant turning around and checking the dress, the shame of boys jeering at the blood stain on my dress, staying back in one spot for the fear of the clot dropping down on the playground, the dip in my emotions, the constant nudge of inexplicable sadness, getting hurt without reason, the pain of brushing the stain away before taking the clothes in the sun, the bulky extra load heavier in the pants. My mother never talked about it, the pain and the discomfort of this monthly period.
Read one more of your poem, another poem that, about a growing up girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
So since we are, we don't want to be termed as, somebody who is trying to make feminism or whatever. But yeah, since we're talking about girl child and we already touched upon menstruation, I feel, and I see lots of young girls, you might be able to relate to this. Because growing up, when I was a little girl, I told you that my parents were divorced when I was 12, and I had just entered into that teenage, when my bodily changes were happening and nobody told me that how to cope up with it. So this is about growing chest, I call it. Hunchback, my brother would tease, but I wouldn't straighten my shoulders. I didn't want to. Lest they showed those tiny lumps that seemed to have grown overnight on my chest. Why did they have to grow right there on my chest where everybody could see at a glance? Why couldn't they have been placed under the arms or even between the thighs? Why did my breast have to grow right on the chest for everyone to see? Why?
So that's a girl growing up and questioning her own sexuality. And because society is so closed about it that she questions it for the rest of her life. So now we're moving on to your children's literature, right, which actually began with you before you started writing your novels. Yeah. So there is a lot of talk, when we talk about children's writing, whether we should continue to write about fairies and elves and magic, wizards and so on, or do we need to make children aware of life as it happens? So what kind of a view do you hold regarding this, and what do your stories mirror?
This question stems out from a conversation that we was having over lunch, when I told her that I make sure that in my children's books I don't have violence in it. You see, so that's where the question is coming from. But before I go to that, yesterday when we had the inaugural session, I was sitting beside Professor Edwin Tambo from Singapore. This morning again, for breakfast we were sitting together. And then again he asked me the same question he did yesterday, and I got the same fighting that I got yesterday. So when he asked me, what do you write? I said, because Bhutanese people are, by nature we are very shy, we are very, we try to be that. So I was telling him that I'm a jack of all, I stopped at that. He stopped me at that, in fact. And he said, no, you're not saying that. By saying that you are jack of all trades, you are implying that you are master of none. But because I been writing for children. I've written 10 books, illustrated books for children. Then I've done 2 novels for adults, and I have done chapter books for intermediate levels. I'm 14 books old, and I have tried various genres, and my next book, which is coming up, is Anthology of Poems. So I feel like I have not been You just need to speak louder. I can. I have been a teacher for 10 years. I can go down. So, yeah. So because our session today has been themed finding a voice. So I feel like I have not found my voice yet, and I am trying to find where do I fit in, which genre do I fit in. But Professor Edwin Gambo made me understand myself in a new light. He told me that no, writing, creativity is complex. You cannot, cage it into one particular genre. You are expressing it in different forms. So as Jugneeta was saying, for my illustrated books for children, which are for children aged anything between, 3 to maybe 6, 7 years old, I would definitely want to do away with violence of any kind. No, let them be a child, innocent, and whatever innocence they live, let them live with it. If they want fairies and elves, let it be there, nothing more than that. But, like you mentioned, that it's necessary that our children understand the real world and the real terms. They need to understand the kind of violence that are there in the world. They need to know that, look, this is what's going to happen in the real world. So maybe I will use the other genres, the chapter books, the novels that I write to, get this across to my slightly, older audience. And I have found poetry as a voice now to talk about all these issues, without having to sound very brash. But you have created a supergirl, right? A supergirl who's maybe imbued with different set of qualities that what your mother, you grew up with, right? A girl who's bold, maverick, and she's able to stand up to the world. So tell us more about the supergirl and the trilogy that you plan to complete. 2 days ago, I went to Rosary College, and there I was talking about, to a group of students. And I told them that when I was a little girl, we never had writers from Bhutan. So you can, even now, the writing scenario in Bhutan, we are just in our infancy. So that's why you see that there's only one rare species standing in front of you just now in this GALF. So when I'm thinking about my writing and how I can reach out to the various ages, I realize that we don't have a superhero yet. And then you look at all the superheroes in the world. It's Superman, Batman, Iron Man, Shaktiman back home, right? Out here. So you have all the superheroes. So Bhutan also needed a superhero. And then we grew up reading about all those princesses, the beautiful princesses who would come in, walking in their dainty glass slippers, needing the prince to every time come and kiss them and then rescue them from whatever happens to them, right? So I wanted a superhero who is different. So I thought, why not? Why not have a girl superhero? We have Wonder Woman, no, that's a different story. But Wonder Woman belongs to the West, so I needed something for our children, Bhutanese children I'm talking about when I say our. So I needed a superhero, and I made up my mind that it's going to be a girl, definitely a girl. And because it is for the intermediate level, my superhero is just 12 years old. And then I needed a costume for my superhero, because superheroes do not come normal like us, because they have to be doing a lot of saving and a lot of fighting and a lot of moving around. So then I thought about what costume should I give to my superhero. Should she come with mask? Should she be wearing her underwear outside her pants? Or what do I make her do? Then I realized, because I have been saying that Buddhism is so much in us. We can't think outside Buddhism. But I'm not trying to propagate Buddhism out here. I'm not trying to say that Buddhism is the best religion or whatever, but that's how we can think. And because I write, as of now, I since the time writers like me have started writing now, when I go around to schools, I get to hear these little children telling us that they can connect to the stories we are writing. So because of that, they read more now. So I'm trying to create more and more stories in the local context. So that's how I came up with this superhero, Demo, who is actually a little nun. She's a nun. So I felt that robe that nuns wear, it can turn into that flying machine or whatever. She just needs to spread it out, and then she can start flying with it. Yeah, so that's how it is.
She's 12 years old,
She's
right?
yeah.
And she has very good insight by
Yes,
life,
yes,
about good,
yes.
evil,
Yes.
and all these
Yes.
dualities in life.
And she tries to put forward that thought that, no, I don't need the prince to come and kiss me. You go and kiss the prince and then rescue me.
Yeah, so that's how she's maverick and she can stand up for herself and fight her own